Exactly 1 year ago today, I put out a video on my channel called Mental Health My Story, and that was me talking about my own story with my own experiences of mental health, because actually last year I was sectioned and I was detained and put in hospitals and things like that. I really just wanted to express my situation, my feelings and everything about the whole situation, what had happened, and let you guys know that, the help is out there, but unfortunately sometimes, like I had to, you really have to persist and almost say the worst possible things really to get that help. And I stand by that. Unfortunately, I still don't think this country has got mental health properly sorted. I don't think we deal with it as best as we can. There is a little bit of a stigma around it still, but I think that's definitely falling away, which is brilliant. But I really want to just make this video just to follow up really on what's been going on in the last year for me and things like that, because obviously life isn't perfect, and I don't think your mental health will ever be perfect. I think that's the same with anyone. I don't think anyone's mentally can be 100% perfect, because things happen in life and that's just life, that happens. But I think October last year really was when I knew that I was almost at the best place I could possibly be. I really felt good about myself, things felt great. It was in Alton Towers when I actually realised this. I went with Roxy and two friends. We went for Scarefest, which is this Halloween thing, but just when we got there I really felt like, you know what, I'm here, I'm where I need to be mentally, and things are really just good right now. Like everything kind of just fell into place, and I'm not saying since October that things have been perfect. I'm not saying between May and October things were perfect, because I don't think perfect exists in mental health, like I said, but also they weren't. Even now I have ups and downs and things like that, but I know how to deal with that better. I know not to just almost go off the rails with things, and I know just to try and keep a clear mind. And it's not always possible. There are going to be times where it's difficult and I say the wrong thing or I do the wrong thing, but I'm definitely learning a lot better how to deal with things, deal with my own mental health a lot better, and sometimes even help other people with theirs. But obviously I'm not a trained professional, but then I think some of the professionals in this country aren't also as good as they should be, but I don't think that's their fault. I think again that comes down to the funding. But I guess really the point is I just wanted to follow up really on what's been going on in my life. Like I say, there's been ups, there's been downs, there's been great moments and there's been bad, and there are still some things sort of almost hanging over me that I'm really unsure about and I'm really trying to deal with. But I know now to deal with those in such a better way that doesn't impact my health like dramatically. Like I can deal with it knowing that okay, it's a stressful situation, but I don't need to get extremely stressed out to the point that I don't want to be here anymore or something like that. I haven't got to that point, because I now know to deal with things better, and actually eventually things will be okay. So obviously one of the biggest stresses really right now for me is money. It always has been. I think it will probably always will be, but I'm trying my best to just deal with things as I can. Like the fire that we had a couple of years ago, we're still paying that off, which is extremely difficult. It takes a huge chunk out of our money, but we just want to pay it off as quickly as possible. But that adds stress, it will, because it's a debt. Debt is stressful, but I'm learning to deal with that in such a better way than to just not go absolutely crazy and just run away or, ignore the problem. I'm trying to deal with the problem now, and that's the thing I think really, for me, certainly mental health wise, is just trying to deal with the problem rather than just evading it, and actually, facing up to the problems rather than saying, well, I don't want anything to do with this, trying your best, but ultimately with, other people, if you can't do something, then you have to leave it. If you've tried and they're not interested, or you failed, or it's not going somewhere, don't let your mental health be impacted by someone else. And I think that's really important as well, and that goes for family, friends, whoever it is. Just don't let someone else's problems become your problem. And I don't mean that in a horrible way, but I mean if you're seriously struggling, perhaps take a step back and just say, okay, look, right now I can't handle this, I'm sorry, I really hope, and point them in the right direction, but just appreciate that actually sometimes you can't always be the helping hand you want to be. And I think that's really important for me. I think sometimes I've always tried to be there for people and give loads of advice and do all this and make sure everyone's happy. And I've covered it in a video before. My 23 things I've learned in 23 years is about I've always tried to keep everyone else happy, but then sometimes I forget about myself. And again, that comes down to mental health. I think it's really important to actually be thinking about yourself a lot of the time. Obviously, whilst I've said that I don't think people that are struggling should get too involved with other people, I don't believe that everyone's going to be struggling, but there are obviously people that will be happy to help you and it won't impact them. I just think for me personally, that is something that I struggle with now, is trying to help other people. If I'm also stressed, it just doesn't work, so I'm trying to avoid that a bit. But like I say, please seek help if you need it. And again, I said that in last year's video as well, that if you need help, just seek it, go and get the help. And again, I'm not going to lie to you, in this country, in the UK, it seems bloody difficult to get it, but I promise you will get it in the end, and you will get somewhere. You just unfortunately have to keep persisting. It is out there, the help is there, it's just you've really got to push through the barriers they almost seem to put up to actually get that help. But like I say, this was a follow-up video for my mental health, and as I say, I'm in a lot better position now and I'm learning to deal with things in a lot better way. As I say again, if you need it, go and seek help. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's not like the super creative video like last year. It's perhaps not the best sound quality because it's windy and there's noises, and then perhaps it's not the best lighting, but I just wanted to talk and just sit somewhere peaceful, somewhere nice like this, and that's exactly what I did. As I say, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment as well. Let me know how you're getting on with your own health if you want to share that, and leave a like as well. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.